All right, folks, in the association today, we're talking Cavs and Heat. In this particular matchup, it actually was a pretty close game down to the wire. The Heat fought valiantly to try to stay in the game, and they were down big. There were a couple stretches where the Heat had a hard time scoring. The Cavs defense was playing real tough, and offensively, they were knocking down tons of shots. But the Heat they're just a really resilient group. I got to give them credit. They definitely don't have the horses to keep up with the Cavs, but they fight. Well coached. They got some solid talent. But it's just the grittiness, and I really do appreciate that and respect that. But in the end, the Cavs are just too much. There's a couple things to be concerned with if you're the Cavs. We'll talk about that in a moment. Now, just for the game, the first quarter was closely contested. The second quarter is where the Cavs blew the door wide open. Cavs scored 43 points in the second frame. The Heat could only muster 27. You just can't give up 43 points in a quarter in the NBA and expect to be in that game. That's almost an impossible feat. The second half was a much closer affair. The Heat actually outscored the Cavs in both the third and fourth quarters, and that's how they were able to actually, get the game pretty close. Overall, I think the Cavs just did a better job of executing for a larger duration of the game. The Heat actually shot a higher percentage from the field goals. You look at the percentages, Heat about 52%, Cavs about 47%. From three, the Cavs were a little bit better. They both shot the same volume of threes. Cavs just made more. The free throw discrepancy is pretty sizable. Cavs took 23 attempts and made 21. The Heat took 16 free throws and made 12. And then for the rebounding side of things, the Heat kept it close. I think, namely because of the rebounding, I think they were able to keep the Cavs off the offensive glass. In fact, the Heat actually had 3 more offensive rebounds than the Cavs, and the Heat were +4 in the rebounding battle. The turnovers was kind of important. The Cavs only had 8. That's putting you in a good position to succeed. The Heat did have 13 turnovers. 13 is not a lot. But, you're giving up extra possessions to your opponent. And, of course, you get points off of those turnovers and those kind of things. But points in the paint, the Heat were getting it. They were using that to their advantage. Looking at some of the numbers from the individual player efforts, I think Tyler Hero's basically your most reliable scorer. The fact that, he can make a three basically from anywhere within about 30 feet with reliability. He's very dangerous. 14 of 24 shooting. 4-11 from 3. He had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, pretty balanced play from Tyler Hero, very involved. Davion Mitchell has been playing fantastic this series, 18 points, 6 assists, and then Bam only able to muster up 11. I think he had a hard time trying to contain Evan Mobley. Mobley did a nice job defending him. Andrew Wiggins, 10 points. Off the bench, Haywood Highsmith, a pretty good game, 17 points. Evan Mobley, much more aggressive in the second game compared to the first game. Evan Mobley, I think, scored 20, 7 of 10 from the field. He did a fantastic job shooting the 3-ball tonight, 3 of 6 from 3. Throw in a steal, 6 rebounds, and an assist. Jared Allen, mostly on the glass, definitely a difference maker. 8 boards, 2 of them offensive. Darius Garland was very good for stretches, facilitating. He had 9 assists. He had 21 points. Didn't shoot the ball very well. That was mostly on Donovan Mitchell. He was excellent, 7 of 10 from 3. Finished the game with 30 points on 10 of 21 shooting, 6 rebounds, a steal. And then Max Strus from the starting lineup, 14 points, 4 of 8 from 3, hit some timely threes. DeAndre Hunter, a pretty good effort off the bench, 12 points, 4 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3. Ty Jerome, a quiet night, 6 points off the bench in 23 minutes of action. Now here's what I want to discuss because we got to start looking forward to the next game. The next game, it's really going to be about, I believe, it's going to be about the health of Darius Garland. I think this is going to be kind of an important thing that he's available to play in Miami. If he's limited in any fashion and he can't do what he normally does, that makes the Cavs less dangerous. Darius Garland is a huge part of the Cavs' success. He was excellent all year, and I don't think we can look over that. If Darius Garland is limited, if he can't be who he is to this team, I mean, they might as well just kind of give him the game 3, to, hold him out, and then allow him to nurse that ankle and improve, get healthy for game 4. The Cavs do have depth, right? You can give extra minutes to Ty Jerome. You can play Donovan Mitchell more at the traditional point guard position, that kind of thing. And then you got some help off the bench. We've seen DeAndre Hunter run some point guard. We've seen Max Strus run a little point guard on some possessions. I'm not saying that's ideal. I'm saying that we have seen it. Even in this series, we have seen it, right, in game 1. So there's some options there. Donovan was incredible. He carried. There were stretches in the fourth quarter where the only person who was able to get some points was Donovan Mitchell. He was absolutely carrying, hitting huge clutch threes, getting into the paint, getting to the free throw line, making his shots. He was excellent. But you didn't get much from anybody else, right? It was basically those guys. So nice for Evan Mobley to kind of bounce back. He's going to have to be more aggressive the rest of the series. The pesky Heat aren't going anywhere. Bam is a nightmare matchup. He's a very good player. So Mobley's going to have to, in my opinion, work to kind of be as effective as he was tonight in Miami. That's going to be tougher to do. An inspired crowd, a focused Bam Adebayo, and then you have to think about trying to contain Hero. That's going to be a joint effort between guys like Max Strus, I think guys like Sam Merrill in some spots, DeAndre Hunter, those kind of things. But I do think that the health of Darius Garland is going to be something very key to watch. And then for the Heat, I mean, they're playing with house money. Nobody thought they'd be here. Nobody thought they would make this noise. They've been in these games. They've played it tough. We'll see what they can do at home in Miami. Anyways, what do you think is going to be the outcome of Game 3 between the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers? Do you guys think the Heat can win one here in Game 3 in the spot? Do you guys think Darius Garland being limited or out could potentially change the outcome of that game? What do you guys think of D. Mitch's performance? Let me know. Drop me some comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out some more of our videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.